Enjoy. Right, we got through the start of the 2023 Single-Handed Transpacific race to Hawaii. Next stop. I can't really see the Golden Gate Bridge anymore in the background there. We're probably about 10 miles offshore. Didn't have a great start, got caught in the counter flood current that had started at the start, so didn't get as great a start as we wanted. The other two Westsails are a few miles ahead of me now. But I can still see quite a few boats from the fleet out here. Once we got through the bridge and out of the gate, it calmed down quite a bit. It was pretty nasty in there, but it is just beautiful now. Doing about 6.5 knots, cruising along. And every time I think about putting up a bigger jib, it puffs up a little bit. So I'm just going to keep it mellow for now, and unless it goes really light. You can see Southeast Farallon off there in the distance. But I've got my eye on about 8 of the other boats out here. And alright, day 1, out of the gate, and looking look forward to get into the synoptic winds later this evening, and be on our way. Well, it's about 7 o'clock. The breeze has definitely picked up. I got the first reef in the main. Still got the stays on the working jib going. Just when I think about shaking that reef out again, it kind of gusts up again, and yeah, we're doing the low 6s right now. There's a little bit of a swell, and we get smacked by that every 10 minutes or so. But yeah, we're making good time. I'm able to point a little bit higher. And I see, I turned the AIS on a little while ago just to see. There are 3 boats off my starboard quarter from the fleet, so I'm not alone out here. I'm not sure where the other 2 Westsails are, but yeah, I would imagine tonight most of the boats will probably have their AIS on, so I'll have a better idea of where people are at. But a great day, but making good time, and yeah, probably about 25 miles offshore now. So about 7 a.m. on day 2. It's a pretty boisterous night. Down to the second reef, staysail working jib. If it keeps building, I'm gonna drop the working jib and just go with staysail in the double reef main. Lots of shipping traffic. A lot of these ships are just kind of hanging out here, doing a 1.5 knot mark in time, I think. Not all of them are on AIS, which is a little concerning, but there's another big one there. Probably can't see it, but about, I'm gonna guess, 4 or 5 miles off the starboard side. But yeah, the seas have built a little bit, and it's definitely a little windy reach. We've been on a close reach for a while. I cracked it off a little bit more than that last night just to ease things out. And we're doing 6.5, 7 knots. And I would expect more of this today. There was a problem with my Proof of Life email yesterday. I'm not sure what happened. It bounced or something, but got that sorted this morning with the race committee. And yeah, once this other ship up here passes, I'm gonna take another nap again. All right, it's midday, day 2. We finally got some sun coming out. It's nice to charge up the batteries. And a little bit of a crosswell going on here. Still got a second reef in the main, the staysail working jib. Making some good progress. Fell off more of the rum line track just to kind of mellow things out a bit, and there's a little bit of a high, I think, up ahead. I still wanted to try to skirt that just in case. And we're doing 6.5 knots, cooking along. Don't see any other boats out here. Nobody on the AIS or anything. So have no idea where the others are. We're a couple hundred miles offshore at this point, on our way to Hawaii, and the pelagic heavy-duty autopilot is steering like a champ, taking the cross swells and keeping us right on course. About 9:30 on day 3. The wind had lightened up, and after breakfast here, I was like ready to put on the Super Yankee, the medium-sized jib. But got all that pulled out, ready to bring up, suited up, kind of piped up a little bit more. I'm not sure if we're going to get a little more breeze. I'm going to leave it as is for now. Just kind of adjusting the sails a little bit. Being reaching right now. Coming along and making some good speed. So I'm not going to mess with things and put on the other sail at the moment. Give it another couple hours and see what develops. So I think we got through the rolliest part here. It's I woke up this morning early, the wind had calmed down, so I was able to shake out the reefs. Still doing 6.5, 7 on course here. Got some blueberry pancakes going for the morning. And yeah, if it keeps on the trend here lightening up, I'm probably gonna put in the bigger head sail. Just got the working jib up right now. And we're not heeled over quite as much, but still heeled over a little bit. And making good progress. And gonna enjoy some breakfast now. It's been a beautiful afternoon. Giving the pelagic a break, letting the monitor do the steering here. Really nice conditions. Getting our batteries charged up a little more with the monitor hard at work here as opposed to the autopilot. Was hand steering for a little while as well. Just a beautiful day. Probably 12 to 14. Just gorgeous. All right, got the medium-sized jib going now. Definitely helped our boat speed. Cooking along here at 7 knots nicely. It's a beautiful day. A little more sun would be nice, but we'll take this. It's really nice out. Boat's cooking along, making some good time. Here we are at the end of day 4. It's been a beautiful day. Had some sun on and off. Not a lot to charge up the batteries fully, but enough to make it a little warm in the afternoon. It was nice. Have a nice sunset happening. Beautiful day. Been cooking along in the low 6s all day, and then it gusts up when these little mini squalls happen, and then we're doing high 6s, low 7s, kind of going back and forth. Have gone back and forth on putting up the ASIM as well. Every time I get ready to do it, one of these little micro guys comes along and puffs things up, and it would just be too overpowered. So we'll see what brings tomorrow. Had to switch out to the smaller pelagic. The large one there popped its breaker. I don't know if it was overheated, but yeah, switched over to the small one and then waited like 30 minutes and checked it again, and actually the big one is working fine. Just going to use the small one throughout the night. Uses less power. We'll probably end up having to charge the batteries too. With the monitor, not using that because we're a little slightly overpowered when these wind gusts happen, and the weather helm, the monitor is not really happy, so we can cheat it with the autopilot and take advantage of not having to drop a reef in the main and get things a little more balanced so we can keep our speed up. But yeah, beautiful day. Right, it's morning of day 5. Got up at first light and got the asymmetrical flying. It's pretty light air. I thought we were kind of out of that, but we're still in a light air spot. Keeping the boat moving, doing 4 or 5 knots now with the ASIM. Goes along pretty good. Just a beautiful morning. Hopefully get some charging going here with the sun coming up. Starts to go light as these start passing over us, and then get a little more breeze on the tail end of them. But we haven't seen anything crazy wind speed wise, just enough to get things exciting. Haven't had to douse the kite yet because of wind speed increase, but we are ready in case that happens. day 6. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm having some good sun today. And still have the asymmetrical spinnaker up. Doing about 6.5, 7 knots. Saw a couple big, I think it was like commercial fishing processing ships or something. They're way off in the distance now, but saw those 2 ships. I'm not quite sure what they were doing out there. We get these little starting some squall things happening, so we're gonna kind of get a little bit of this, and it'll probably pipe up 5 or 6 knots as far as wind speed. We haven't seen anything major yet with the squalls, but yeah, sometimes it gets a little too much, and you have to fall off a little bit because the ASIN gets a little overpowered depending upon how breeze on it gets when these things pass over us. So we'll see what happens here. But just a gorgeous day. All right, it's the first rainbow of the trip. Let's hope we get some more of those as payoff for these challenging squalls that are blowing over us and slowing us down and making for erratic winds. It's a nice way to wake up. It's Saturday morning, July 1st, about 6 a.m. We've been ghosting along at 3 to 4 knots since about 2 a.m. It's supposed to be 15 knots of breeze where we're at, and it is definitely not. Yeah, super frustrating because I know we're behind, and now we're even way more behind. So I'm not sure what's going on, why the weather is so funky and off from the gribs that I've been pulling, but yeah, this is 15 knots of breeze on the gribs, and definitely it's not been the last 4 hours or so. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too upset about it. It is what it is. It's gorgeous out, but boy, I thought I was behind before, but I can only imagine now, unless this is kind of spread out across the course, which I doubt. It's Saturday, July 1st, the first really good sunrise of the trip. In between the squalls here, the sun's poking out. It's pretty nice. It was a super frustrating night. The wind got really light after about 2 a.m. till about an hour ago, and we were only doing between 3 and 4 knots for at least 4 hours. So yeah, that is a bummer, but moments like this, it helps make things feel a little better. It's beautiful out. Wind filled back in here, so hopefully that'll stay with us. Pulled another grib, and there's light blotches kind of all around us. So I think if we just stand on our course, you know, aside from the squall light stuff, you know, hopefully, who knows, we'll be all right. Right, Sunday, July 2nd, it's around 11 a.m. We just had our first little sort of microburst squall where it actually was raining, as opposed to we've kind of just been getting some sprinkles. So this one came down good for a few minutes. Solid, nice to wash everything off, some fresh water. Yeah, I was down below taking a nap, trying to get some rest after kind of stressing out about the leaking through hull. Hopefully affected a repair. That's good with that. I'll check the epoxy in a few hours to make sure that that's all good and cured. But yeah, we had the sun a couple hours ago, but now we've kind of sailed into this bank of clouds and rain. We'll see how long this lasts. Alright, we just hit the halfway mark. It's about 6:30 in the morning and kind of rolling around trying to find a good point of sail here. Wind shifted in the middle of the night, so I'm trying to get some mellow sail going on here until suss things out in the morning, and then probably get the kite up, see what's up. Long night, but we did it, halfway. Sunset on July 4th. Just gorgeous evening. Finally a little sun here. It's been cloudy and gray all day. As it goes down, we're getting some sun. Yeah, I didn't make a lot of great progress today. Just feeling really lethargic and stuff, and yeah, I couldn't get motivated to get the kite up. I don't know, I was already doing 5.5, 6 knots, and yeah, just not feeling it. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Try to explain. But yeah, just beautiful day. Gorgeous sunset. Did have one little breakage today. It was the ring at the end of the pole here that the topping lift and downhaul attached to. It decided today was its last day, and everything kind of came crashing down, but no worries. I got a couple wraps with some Dyneema lashing up there, so I'm sure that'll outlast me. But yeah, we've been running, the wind shifted a little this morning, so we've been kind of doing wing on wing here today, and doing about 5.5 knots, I'm guessing average today. Bursts up sometimes, and sometimes we're below 5, and that's hard. When you know if you had the kite up, you'd be doing a lot more. But I'm trying to be off my knee and elevating it, icing it, and resting it so it doesn't get worse. It definitely hurts, but the swelling is kind of the weirdest thing. I mean, it swelled up pretty good, and just want to make sure it doesn't get serious. It's July 5th. Beautiful sunset happening. We've had sun most of the day. I've been keeping it pretty mellow. With my knee all messed up, I haven't been doing anything other than white sails. I've been doing about 5.5 knots all day, which is great for cruising, but terrible for racing. Really beautiful day here, though. Just trying to keep spirits up, and yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully the swelling will go down to my knee, and I'll be able to get around a little bit better. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning, July 6th, and we had a terrible rolly night. Right after sunset, there was a massive line squall that formed, kind of running in parallel with us. I saw it happening. I saw 3 or 4 different towers like all come together and form this really ominous looking bundle of squall, and reduced speed to kind of let it pass and then head it up just for good measure. We're able to avoid that, but the night's been completely rolly, and woke up to just kind of slatting around, doing 2 knots, and now this other squall is right behind us, and I'm hopeful that we're not going to have to reduce sail here, because we're doing 7 knots, which is the most we've been doing in 24 hours for sure. Which is a welcome thing to be moving that fast, but just want to make sure that this squall cell right here isn't actually worse than that, but right now it hasn't pushed the boat over 7.2. If we start getting closer to 8, I'll probably go up and drop some sail, just to make sure we don't get crazy overpowered. But right now, the speed is a welcome change. It's a gorgeous sunset here. Enjoying the moment. about 33 miles from the finish. Yeah, last night out here. You can see Kauai up ahead. And we're approaching. Planning on taking a nap. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep now. Just the excitement of getting here. Beautiful night. It is our last night here. Just dodging some squalls as they're coming over us, approaching the island. Got some clearing now here, seeing if we can see land. And oh, maybe. Yes, indeed. Land ho. There's Kauai right up ahead. Awesome. Woo! Oh, awesome. Yeah, you can see different pieces of it. Okay. We did it. We did it. We're about 30 miles offshore right now. It looks a lot closer than that. Wow, very cool. What a great way to have a good sunset here. So this will probably put me in probably around 2 a.m. into Hanalei Bay. Hopefully there won't be too many squalls or anything, but that'll be the wrap up of the 2023 Single-Handed Transpac. There it is, right dead ahead. It's our last night here, and we've got a rainbow squall headed our way, so we'll probably get a little sprinklings and bursts of wind from this, but we're probably 7 to 8 hours away from landfall, and the squalls tend to get a little more intense as they get closer here, so keep an eye on them all day. But yeah, this one at least it's got a smiley face on it. We shall see here in about 10 minutes.